Hello, I'm Essay, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin.
Radio and the Printed Page, a critical examination of Lazarsfeld's 1940 study. Introduction. All F. Lazarsfeld's 1940 work. Radio and the Printed Page stands for the landmark contribution to the burgeoning field of communication studies. This essay undertakes a rigorous, section-by-section evaluation of the book's central claims, arguments, and methodologies. We will explore the specific evidence presented, the frameworks employed, and the logical architecture underpinning Lazarsfeld's conclusions, situating them within the intellectual context of their time while prioritizing a deep engagement with the text's internal coherence. The analysis will proceed systematically, moving through pivotal sections to ascertain the enduring relevance and potential limitations of Lazarsfeld's in Section 1. The introduction and the problem of media influence. Lazarsfeld's introduction establishes the core problem, understanding the impact of radio broadcasting on the existing dominance of the printed page. He posits a significant interplay between these media, rather than simply a displacement effect. This initial assertion, framed through the lens of emerging mass communication theory, immediately presents a nuanced perspective, avoiding simple cause-and-effect models that would later become prevalent in some media effects analyses. The methodology outlined a combination of survey research and content analysis is presented as a sophisticated approach to capturing the intricate relationship between media consumption, habits, and social realities, a point that warrants further attention given the nascent state of quantitative social science in this historical moment. The inherent limitations of this approach, specifically the reliance on self-reported data, might be considered. However, the book proactively addresses these inherent uncertainties, detailing the strategies undertaken to mitigate bias and enhance the accuracy of the findings. Section 2. The panel study and the dynamics of media consumption. A substantial portion of the book focuses on the design and outcomes of a panel study tracking the media habits of a specific population over an extended period. Lazarsfeld details the selection criteria, sample size, and the specific procedures used for data collection and analysis. The work meticulously outlines the quantitative methods employed, providing the reader with a transparent view of the research process. This transparency allows for a subsequent assessment of the internal validity of the findings, a crucial aspect often overlooked in less systematic academic endeavors. One interesting point to note is that this methodical precision reflects a deliberate attempt to counteract the qualitative, anecdotal nature of much earlier media scholarship. The detailed presentation of the numerical findings, including percentages, statistical measures like standard deviations, and confidence intervals expressed verbally in full, of course, gives the reader the tools to critically assess the statistical significance of the presented correlations. Section 3. Radio's role in shaping opinions and reinforcing existing beliefs. Here, Lazarsfeld confronts the central question of whether radio serves primarily as an agent of persuasion or merely as a reinforcement of pre-existing attitudes and beliefs. His conclusion favors a model that emphasizes the latter. The data presented suggests that radio predominantly serves to solidify opinions, rather than drastically shifting them. This finding, presented through a detailed examination of specific examples and detailed breakdowns of survey responses, challenged prevalent conceptions of powerful and unilaterally influential media. The discussion of opinion leaders emerges as a critical contribution, suggesting a more complex model of influence that accounts for the role of interpersonal communication and the social networks that mediate broader media exposure. This concept, highly influential within communication studies, arises directly from a careful consideration of the empirical findings from the panel study. Section 4. The interaction between radio and the printed press. Lazarsfeld dedicates considerable space to exploring the relationship between radio and the printed press. The study did not locate a simple substitution effect, rather, it reveals a complex interplay where these media often complement, rather than compete with, each other. The analysis meticulously explores patterns of media usage, showing ways listeners and readers combine both mediums to fulfill varied informational and entertainment needs. This nuanced view contrasts with earlier assumptions of a linear trajectory marking the rise of radio as the dominant medium. The section meticulously details the correlations found between specific types of radio content and the subsequent consumption of related print materials. This emphasis on the complementary functions challenges simplistic models and further enriches our understanding of media ecology, presenting a sophisticated analysis of media synergy rather than simple competition. Section 5, Conclusions and Implications. Lazarsfeld's concluding remarks summarize his findings, emphasizing the limitations of simplistic notions of media effects. The book avoids sweeping generalizations, instead offering a more nuanced and contextualized perspective on media influence, the implications for the understanding of public opinion formation and the complexities of media impact. A considerable rigorous methodology and detailed data analysis create a foundation for further research and theory development within the newly emerging discipline of communication studies. The inherent complexity of social communication is explicitly acknowledged, reminding the reader that the presented model accounts for only a fragment of the bigger picture, a self-aware approach that adds to the book's scholarly strength. The study's lasting contribution lies in its demonstration of a sophisticated approach to studying media effects, a significant methodological advance that would set the stage for subsequent developments in the field. Conclusion. Lazarsfeld's Radio and the Printed Page, though completed nearly a century ago, remains a compelling and insightful work. This rigorous examination of its internal arguments reveals a sophisticated study, characterized by a commitment to methodological rigor and a nuanced understanding of media's role in shaping social realities. The book's enduring importance lies not just in its findings, remarkable for their context, but also in its demonstration of a systematic approach to the study of mass communication, an approach that continues to inform the field today. The meticulous presentation of data, combined with a cautious interpretation of results, sets a high standard for empirical research in the social sciences, emphasizing the continuing value of rigorous data analysis in the face of the often simplistic narratives surrounding media influence. The study's focus on the interplay between different media forms and the significant role of interpersonal communication in shaping opinions presents a lasting contribution that continues to resonate with contemporary scholars engaged in understanding the intricate dynamics of the media landscape. The intellectual honesty in acknowledging limitations and the careful construction of arguments provide an enduring lesson in the pursuit of scholarly knowledge, serving as a model for future generations of researchers.
We really appreciate you tuning in to this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.